Hi students, how are you all? Hope you all are safe, hale and healthy in your house. We are going to start with the first chapter in chemistry, matter around us. What do you mean by matter? It is everything that is present. For example, your chair, your table, your water, your fridge, your computer. Look at some items which are given here. So anything that is present which has mass, it should have a mass. It should occupy space. Even air is having a mass. You can blow the air in a balloon, and if you weigh it, it will have some weight. So air has mass. So it is also coming under the category matter. So here are some pictures which are given. All these come under the category matter. Now we are going to discuss about the classification of matter. Matter is classified into two types of substances. One is pure substance, the other is impure substance. The impure substances are termed as mixtures. The pure substances can be an element or a compound. Look at the element, its expanded view is given. So it is made up of same type of atoms. That is called as an element. Same type of atoms, only one type of atoms. It has, just see the green balls over there, they are all atoms. Look at the compound. A compound contains same type of molecules. Each molecule is made up of more than one atom. Okay, so both are pure substances. Elements as well as compounds are pure substances. For example, element oxygen gas is an element. Hydrogen gas is an element. But hydrogen and oxygen both combine to form water, which is a compound. Water is also a pure substance, but it is a compound in which hydrogen and oxygen combined chemically to form compound. Coming to mixtures. Mixtures are impure substances. Mixtures are further classified into homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture is when two or more substances are mixed and it is evenly distributed. There is uniform distribution of atoms or molecules, whatever, uniformly distributed. For example, you take a cup of coffee, add some sugar, distill well, and you drink. Every sip of the coffee will taste the same, will have the same sweet taste. It's not that one sip will have sweet taste, the other sip will not have any taste. It's not like that, because the sugar molecules are uniformly distributed throughout the coffee. It is a mixture. Coffee is a mixture of milk, coffee powder and sugar. It is a mixture, but the mixture is homogeneous. Rather, if you dissolve sand or mud or chalk powder in water, the particles settle down at the bottom. Look at the heterogeneous mixture, the picture. The particles are settling down at the bottom. It is not uniformly distributed. Non-uniform distribution of atoms or molecules are called as heterogeneous mixture. So both homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixture are not pure substances. They are impure substances. So again, the classification is given here. Substances are classified into pure substances and mixtures. Pure substances, example elements, compounds. For elements they have given example, you see hydrogen, iron, carbon. For compound they have given example water, carbon dioxide. All these are example for compounds. It contains more than one atom. Mixtures are classified into heterogeneous and homogeneous. Heterogeneous mixture examples: iron sludge, iron mixed with water; quicksand, calcium salts, quicksand; liquid concrete, cement, pebbles, water, everything is mixed. And then emulsion. Emulsion in the sense when you mix oil and water together, then it is a heterogeneous mixture, because the water droplets will not be uniformly distributed in the oil, or oil droplets will not be uniformly distributed in water. So it is an example for a heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture, gas mixture. Air is a mixture of gases. It contains 78% nitrogen and 72% nitrogen and 28% oxygen. Okay, so 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen, and a remaining percentage other gases. Solution: sugar, water, carbonated soda, soda water, etc. And then alloys. Alloys are homogeneous mixture of metals. Copper, tin, both are mixed. The uniform composition of copper atom and tin atoms will be present in alloys. So alloys are homogeneous mixture of more than two metals. And next, elements. What are elements? What is the definition for elements? All substances on earth are made up of certain simple substances called elements. See, elements are made up of same type of atoms. Okay, so in the modern periodic table there are 118 elements known. Robert Boyle only introduced the term element. He meant that it cannot be broken down furthermore. It is the smallest particle, it is the simplest particle. Each element is made up of only one kind of atom. Example, if you take aluminium element, it will be made up of aluminium atoms. If you take hydrogen element, it will be made up of only hydrogen atoms. No other different atom will be present. So elements are pure substances which are made up of only one type of atoms. So elements are further classified into metals, non-metals and metalloids. So metals, iron, copper, tin, zinc, etc. they are all metals. Sodium, potassium, magnesium. Here are some examples given in the table. Non-metals, hydrogen, helium, carbon, nitrogen, chlorine, etc. they are all non-metals. Metalloids. Metalloids possess some characteristics of metals, some characteristics of non-metals. What are the characteristics of metals? Metals will be shining in appearance. Metals are sonorous. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. All these are some characteristics. Whereas non-metals, they are all brittle elements. They are not good conductors of heat and electricity. Okay, they are not shiny. They are not lustrous. So metalloids, some metalloids, that is, it possesses some characteristics of metals. For example, silicon conducts current. Okay, it can act as a semiconductor. Partially it conducts current. Like that, some characteristics of metals and some characteristics. For example, graphite is a allotrope of carbon. Graphite is made up of carbon atom. Carbon is a non-metal, but graphite conducts current. Graphite is shiny in appearance. So it can be given under the mentioned under the term metalloids, or it is actually made up of carbon, which is a non-metal. So graphite is a good conductor of electricity. This particular characteristic is not coinciding with the non-metal characteristics. It has a different characteristic. Graphite has a different character, though it is made up of a non-metal. So these are some exemptions. Metalloids possess some characteristics of metals and some characteristics of non-metals. And then I already told you elements are made up of same type of atoms. So what is an atom? Atom is the smallest unit of an element. It is the smallest unit. When you break the element into small pieces, the tiniest particle you could get is an atom. So that is what they have meant here. Molecules, the smallest unit of a pure substance which always exists independently. Okay, so for example, a molecule may contain one or more atoms. A molecule may contain one. For example, hydrogen atom, when you say it is representing one H atom. Hydrogen molecule, each hydrogen molecule is made up of two hydrogen atoms. It is not the same in every case. Lithium atom, lithium molecule, Both the case, lithium atom mentions one lithium atom. Lithium molecule also contains one lithium atom. So only I said a molecule is the one which is taking part in a chemical reaction. A molecule may contain one or more atoms. It may contain one atom, it may contain two atoms. For example, sulfur contain 8 atoms. So a molecule is made up of can be made up of similar kind of atoms or different kind of atoms. It can be called as a molecule. Compounds. Compounds are formed by the combination of two or more elements. Water is a compound, H2O, contains 2 hydrogen atom, 1 oxygen atom. Like that, magnesium sulfate is a compound. It contains 1 magnesium atom, 1 sulfur atom, 4 oxygen atoms. So, two or more elements, they combine chemically, combination in the sense chemical combination of 2 or more elements. Then it is called as a compound. A compound will have a different characteristic. It will not resemble the characteristics of individual element. For example, hydrogen is a gas. Oxygen is also a gas. Hydrogen catches fire, whereas water, which is a compound of hydrogen and oxygen, is a liquid. Water will not catch fire by itself. It will not catch fire at all. So actually it is used to extinguish fire. So we can understand that a compound will have different characteristic. It may not be similar to the individual elements. For example, sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is a compound. Look at the bowl which contains sodium atom. Look at the gas, greenish yellow gas. It is chlorine gas. When they both combine, what happens? It forms a compound sodium chloride. Okay, that is the common salt which is used when you prepare your food. You will add salt for taste. So that common salt is nothing but sodium chloride. It is formed by the combination of sodium metal and chlorine non-metal. So the final product will be sodium chloride. Just see here, sodium metal combines with chlorine gas to form sodium chloride, which is a compound. Applications of some compounds. Compounds of phosphorus, nitrogen, potassium are used in fertilizers. Silicon compounds are of immense importance in computer industry. Silicon chips are used as semiconductor devices in computers. Compounds of fluorine. Fluorine, that is your toothpaste contain calcium fluoride. Okay. So compounds of fluorine are used in our toothpastes as they strengthen our teeth. So these are certain important: sodium nitrate, sodium phosphate, potassium nitrate, all these, potassium sulfate, all these are some compounds which are used as fertilizers. What are the differences between elements and compounds? I already told you, elements, they are made up of only one kind of atom. Example, hydrogen element contain only hydrogen atom, oxygen element contain only oxygen atom. Compound made up of more than one kind of atom. Okay, so for example, water, H2O, contains hydrogen atom and oxygen atom. Carbon dioxide, CO2, contains carbon atom and oxygen atom. And second point, the smallest particle that retain all its properties is the atom. So the basic unit which is present in element is an atom. Here the basic unit which is present is a molecule. It is not an atom. A molecule can contain more than one atom. Okay, for example, chlorine molecule contain 2 chlorine atoms. Sulfur molecule contain 8 sulfur atom. These are all molecules. Sulfur dioxide gas contain 1 sulfur, 2 oxygen atoms. So it contains the basic unit is a molecule. Okay, and here element cannot be broken down into simpler substances. The basic unit is atom. It cannot be broken down furthermore. But when you can break carbon dioxide into carbon and oxygen, it can be broken down into elements by chemical methods. Compounds. Compounds are formed by the combination of 2 or more elements. Water is a compound, H2O, contains 2 hydrogen atom, 1 oxygen atom. Like that, magnesium sulfate is a compound. It contains one magnesium atom, one sulfur atom, four oxygen atoms. So two or more elements, they combine chemically, combination in the sense chemical combination of two or more elements, then it is called as a compound. A compound will have a different characteristic. It will not resemble the characteristics of individual element. For example, hydrogen is a gas, oxygen is also a gas. Hydrogen catches fire, whereas water, which is a compound of hydrogen and oxygen, is a liquid. Water will not catch fire by itself. It will not catch fire at all. So actually it is used to extinguish. Other example, air is a mixture of gases. I already told you air contains 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. Apart from that, it will contain carbon dioxide, water vapor and other gases. Soil is a mixture. It contains clay, sand, salts, etc. Milk is a mixture. Okay, milk solid is suspended in water. Ice cream, rock salt, all these are example for some mixtures. Alloys are also mixture. They are mixture of metals. See, look at the first picture. Sulfur, which is yellow powder, iron filling, which is a grayish powder, both are mixed, and a magnet is shown. You just see how the iron particles alone is sticking onto the magnet. Look at the second picture. See, so when you just mix iron fillings and sulfur, iron is a metal, sulfur is a non-metal. Iron is magnetic in nature, sulfur is non-magnetic. So a magnet is shown to this mixture. The iron particles alone stick on to the magnet as shown in the second picture. So what does it mean? So when two substances, two different atoms are mixed, it can be easily separated by physical methods. Whereas when iron and sulfur mix together and they are heated, okay, so that is not possible. It will form a compound. So that time you cannot separate it by using a magnet. It is shown in this picture. So making iron sulfide a compound. So in the test tube, iron is mixed with sulfur powder and heated. You get iron sulfide. The iron sulfide, iron cannot be separated by using a magnet, because I already told you the compound will have separate different characteristic which will not resemble the characteristic of individual element. Iron is a metal, sulfur is a non-metal, both combine to form iron sulfide, which is again a non-magnetic substance. Okay, so you cannot separate iron from iron sulfide. So because after becoming a compound, it cannot be separated into individual elements. Whereas in the previous slide you have seen, the iron fillings can be separated by using a magnet. That is the difference between a compound and a mixture. So difference between mixtures and compounds. A mixture, it contains two or more substances. Compound contains only single type of substance. The constituent may be present in any proportion. You can two substances, one 10 grams when you are taking, the other can be 2 grams, any proportion. But here definite fixed proportions, constituents. See, water H2O, it contains 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Not 2 atoms of oxygen, 1 atom of hydrogen, not possible. So the proportion is fixed in the case of a compound. Third point, they show properties of their constituent. The mixture will retain iron fillings and sulfur powder. Iron is exhibiting the magnetic property, sulfur is retaining its non-magnetic nature. Whereas compound, the basic property of the element is not retained by the compounds. They do not show the properties of the constituent elements. A mixture, the components may be separated easily by physical methods. Easily, see, for example, magnetic separation is done in the case of iron and sulfur. Various other method, for example, water mixed with the sand, it is a mixture. Okay, you can filter, okay, by using a funnel and a filter paper, you can separate sand from water. No, it is possible. Whereas compound, you cannot do it. You cannot separate the constituents, okay, by normal physical methods. It can be done only by chemical methods. These are the differences between mixtures and compounds. So that's all about the elements, compounds and mixtures and the differences between those substances, and hope you have understood the concept well. I'll catch you up in the next video. Thank you, children.